Bill O'Reilly here, Monday, May 17th, 2021. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Vaccinated Americans can ditch face masks. John Kerry talks climate change with the Pope. Gay cops get banned from New York's Pride Parade. Israel attacks targets in Gaza. A new study finds 5-year-olds now staring at screens 7 hours a day. Also ahead, you'll be shocked at who is attacking American traditions. But first, millions of us removing face masks for the first time in 15 months. New CDC guidelines say those vaxxed can ditch the coverings both indoors and outdoors. Most states now dropping mandates to comply. National chains Walmart, Trader Joe's, Costco inviting mask-less shoppers back to the stores. John Kerry meeting Pope Francis in Vatican City, holding private discussions on global warming inside the papal library. Joe Biden's climate czar telling reporters he hopes the pontiff will work with the UN and other international organizations to help combat climate change. According to Kerry, humanity has just 9 years left to avert a global catastrophe. Organizers behind New York's Pride Month banning gay members of the NYPD from taking part in the annual march. The police will protect the parade but can no longer walk down Fifth Avenue. According to the gay activists, the cops, quote, create an atmosphere of fear for their community, which is, of course, a political statement, not reality. Israel launching hundreds of airstrikes against Hamas in Gaza. The missiles flattened 3 buildings allegedly used by terrorists to hurl rockets into the Jewish state. Of course, that's all financed by Iran. At least 200 Palestinians and 10 Israelis have so far been killed since violence broke out 2 weeks ago. New study from Ohio State says kindergarten-age children stare at screens 7 hours a day. That stat up from 2 hours before the pandemic. Biggest culprits, tablets, smartphones, and the TV. About 80% of young students have been stuck at home since COVID shut down the schools. In a moment, the U.S.A. being attacked from a very unlikely place. Right back with that. As you know, Joe Biden has won the election, and with economic uncertainty looming, I am now more than ever recommending you diversify with gold and silver. The only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I personally have done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA, and they make it easy. Please call them now, tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold itself up over 40%, silver up 60%. So don't wait, call them now, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, gold, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD or text GOLD to 65532. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day, radicals on the march. You may remember during the Vietnam days, some radicals actually became heroes in the liberal press. Let's see, Jane Fonda, Abby Hoffman, Jerry Rubin, Huey Newton, all became far out in the land of the groovy. There was even a media name for the far-left movement, radical chic. The revolution died out, of course, because it ran out of outrage. After the war in Southeast Asia ended, the radicals splintered. Ms. Fonda continued her movie career. John Kerry went into politics. Hoffman and Rubin self-destructed. Today, radical chic is back, but it's dramatically different because corporate media now embraces it. They promote it. They finance it. That's what woke is all about. Here's a good example. Disney park employees are required to listen to a number of anti-American presentations. The Mouse Factory has bought into white supremacy and Caucasian privilege in a big way. Also, Delta, Coca-Cola, Major League Baseball, and other massive companies have attacked the state of Georgia for passing a more disciplined voting law, apparently requiring an ID to cast a ballot is racist, even though scores of countries around the world do that. So social power has shifted to the radical left in America, courtesy of our corporations. Stacey Abrams was recently given a TV deal by NBC Comcast. No traditional person has such a deal with NBC, nor will they. In addition, the radical left knows it can use the cancel culture to devastate opposing points of view. It's easy to do that when the national media could not care less about the truth. All allegations are fit to print. Here's another example. A committed liberal named Scott Stringer is running for mayor of New York City. But he's not left-wing enough for the radicals. Presto! A nasty misconduct allegation appears, and Stringer is done, despite his vehement denials. As Henny Youngman once said, I've got 1 million of them. Corporations will eventually pay a financial price for backing the radical left, but the present-day CEOs do not seem to care. They are frightened of the cancel thugs. They know there is little protection against them. So woke it is, no matter how much destruction befalls America. In 2015, a Gallup poll showed the vast majority of Americans thought race relations were good. Today, the populace is divided by race controversies, including the heinous critical race theory that places blame on white people for societal ills. Yeah, that's a ticket. Let's teach that to the kids. Meantime, American corporations have donated tens of millions of dollars to the Marxist-inspired Black Lives Matter Foundation. Simply incredible. We are indeed living in a woke era, and if we the people don't wake up and actively oppose all this, American tradition will disappear. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve the message by writing it. For more honest news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com. And please check out my new book, Killing the Mob, the #1 book in America. Thank you. In a moment, something you might not know. This year marks 20 years since America's darkest day, September 11, 2001, and the Tunnel to Towers Foundation has been supporting America's frontline heroes ever since. When a first responder or military service member doesn't come home and young children are left behind, Tunnel to Towers pays off the mortgage to lift the financial burden for the family and bring their families some stability. For catastrophically injured vets and first responders, Tunnel to Towers builds mortgage-free smart homes, enabling our most severely injured heroes to live more independent lives. Our nation's heroes, people who are willing to die for us, need your help. So please don't wait. Join Tunnel to Towers on their mission to do good and help those heroes. Please donate $11 a month at T2T.org. That's T2T.org. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 121 years ago today, a relatively unknown children's author published a new book in Chicago. The novel featured a cowardly lion, Tin Man, Scarecrow, Wicked Witch, and cost just $1.50 to buy. Author L. Frank Baum thought the story would only sell a few thousand copies, but it has become the best-selling children's book in the world, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Here's how Oz went from print to Hollywood. Many of the characters, themes, and ideas in the novel were drawn from the author's early childhood. He frequently had nightmares of a scarecrow chasing him across a field or a lion attacking him while sleeping. In his early 20s, the author's niece, Dorothy, became gravely ill and died from congestion of the brain before her first birthday. So, Mr. Baum compiled his personal history into a story, telling friends he settled on the name Oz as a reference to the newly formed country of Australia. The illustrated novel was published on May 17th, 1900. By the 1930s, 2 million books had been sold in the U.S.A. Executives at MGM bought the rights to Oz after watching Walt Disney's Snow White in 1937, a very popular film adaptation of a legendary children's story. The movie, starring Judy Garland as Dorothy, premiered 2 years later. It's regarded as one of the finest films ever made, even having its own permanent exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum of American History. And here's something else you might not know. The Wizard went woke long before Coca-Cola or Major League Baseball. An adaptation renamed The Wiz was released in 1978 with an all-black cast starring Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, and swapped Kansas for Harlem, New York. It was a commercial disaster. The movie cost $35 million to make and earned just $5 million at the box office. The lesson: don't mess with perfection. Back after this. Are you looking for your next investment? Bill O'Reilly here. There are 7 reasons to look at the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized. Bonuses to 21% targeted. They strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people want to move to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk. Their short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns right now. NRIA is an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. So, if you've been sitting on the sidelines or want to diversify, start your due diligence at nria.net. Or you can call 800-800-1414. That's easy. 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.